J. Robert Oppenheimer, the father of the atomic bomb. Julius Robert Oppenheimer was born in New York City in 1904. From a young age, it was clear that he was very smart. His family had money, so they could support his education. He went to Harvard University and finished his studies very quickly. Later, he went to Europe to learn more about physics. There, he met some of the best scientists in the world. They were all trying to understand the small parts that make up everything, atoms. In the 1930s, the world was changing. There were wars and problems in many countries. Oppenheimer came back to the United States and started teaching. But soon, he would become part of a big project. In 1942, the United States started a secret project called the Manhattan Project. The goal was to build a powerful bomb using atoms. This bomb was different from any other bomb. It could destroy a whole city. The US wanted to build it before their enemies did. Oppenheimer was chosen to lead the project. He brought together many smart scientists to work on it. They worked in a place called Los Alamos, in New Mexico. The work was very hard. They had to do many experiments and solve many problems. But Oppenheimer was a good leader. He made sure everyone worked together. In 1945, they tested the first atomic bomb in the desert. It was a success, but it was also scary. The bomb was very powerful. Oppenheimer said, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." He was thinking about a very old book from India when he said that. Later that year, 2 atomic bombs were dropped on Japan, ending World War II. But many people died, and many buildings were destroyed. The world was never the same after that. After the war, Oppenheimer became famous. But he was also worried. He knew that these bombs could be very dangerous for the world. He said that scientists should think about how their work can affect people. But not everyone agreed with him. Some people in the US government thought he was a problem. They thought maybe he liked the enemies of the US. In 1954, they took away his permission to work on secret projects. Oppenheimer was sad about this, but he kept working and teaching. He believed in peace and wanted the world to be a better place. He died in 1967, but people still remember him. Some think he is a hero, and some think he made a big mistake. But everyone agrees that he changed the world. J. Robert Oppenheimer, the mind behind the atomic age. Julius Robert Oppenheimer, often just called Oppie by his friends, was born in 1904 in New York City. His family was well off, with his father being a successful businessman. Growing up, Oppenheimer loved reading and was curious about the world around him. After finishing high school, he attended Harvard University where he studied chemistry and physics. His passion for learning didn't stop there. He traveled to Europe to study at the University of Cambridge in England and the University of Göttingen in Germany. Here, he worked with some of the best minds in physics and made many important discoveries. As the 1930s progressed, the political situation in the world became tense. With World War II on the horizon, many scientists started thinking about how their knowledge could be used in the war. In the USA, there was a growing fear that Germany might build a powerful new weapon using atomic energy. This led to the creation of the Manhattan Project in 1942, a top-secret U.S. project to develop an atomic bomb. Oppenheimer was selected to be its scientific director. His job was to bring together many scientists, engineers, and workers to design and build the bomb. The main work took place in Los Alamos, New Mexico. The project faced many challenges. There were technical problems to solve and the pressure was high. But Oppenheimer's leadership was strong and inspiring. He created a sense of community among the scientists, encouraging them to share ideas and work together. By 1945, the team successfully tested their first atomic bomb in the New Mexico desert. The explosion was more powerful than anyone had expected. Oppenheimer, witnessing the test, famously quoted from Hindu scripture, saying, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." Only a few months later, 2 atomic bombs were dropped on the cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in Japan. The destruction was immense, leading to Japan's surrender and the end of World War II. The success of the Manhattan Project made Oppenheimer a national hero. But it also left him with mixed feelings. He was proud of the scientific achievement but deeply troubled by the devastation the bombs caused. In the years after the war, Oppenheimer became an advocate for the peaceful use of atomic energy and international control of nuclear weapons. However, during the Cold War era, his political beliefs and connections were questioned. In 1954, he lost his security clearance, which meant he could no longer work on government projects. Even though he faced personal and professional challenges, Oppenheimer continued to teach and inspire young scientists until his death in 1967. Today, he is remembered both for his contributions to science and for his complex relationship with the atomic age he helped usher in.